It is lights out and away we go. What is happening? Because the two backmarker cars have retired. Guess what happens? We have a VSC. We have a temporary VSC with Daniel leading the race. He said that he can only race so much these next few days. Um, he says that after Abu Dhabi, he's gonna take at least a week off, which is very sad. He's gonna be replaced by Bonvarev, which qualified eighth in this race. Well, it's not gonna be the best thing that Arrows can get for Daniel, especially since Daniel is this up and coming rookie. You know, Also, we don't even know what he's powerful of. We've only seen about a third of the grid in a single sprint. The other have done two complete races. All right, virtual safety car enabled. Now it's truly lights out and away we go, and any movement that you see will happen. If you guys want to hype yourselves up, do so right now. That'd be cool. But you know what's going to be even cooler? We're gonna have a lot of cars dive bombing into these first few turns. Wait a minute, I just realized people only qualify until like 11th. Damn. I remember when quality like get at least okay. Bomvarev takes fastest lap, but guess what? Matty Jr. absolutely stomps the rookie out. Matty Daniel has no pace at the moment. Fell down to third. Look at this side by side action by Fitamaldo there. Daniel holding down Brimey by nothing. Matty Jr. starting to build up a lead. Can he keep it? Even with this short distance? That's the real question. It isn't a question of can he fight, because he's already won the battle. But can he win the war? Nadjar takes the lead. Nadjar fighting for the lead, and he takes it. Dive bombing into one of the final turns. Great job. Remember, right now our league goes down to P18. So, ooh, what's this? Matty Jr. Well, he loses the fastest lap, at least for now. He takes back the lead. And he gets DRS again in order to build an even larger push. Can he? So it seems that he can win battles consistently. But like I said, that doesn't mean he's going to win them all. I don't really know what to say here. Um, all right. Oof. Matty Jr. Nadjar. Remember, because of Matty's because Matty really was bad at qualifying in the Chinese sprint. He fell down to fourth in drivers. His team still does lead constructors with Lightning, but Lightning still hasn't. His team hasn't qualified. So you know, is it really worth it? If this is, if, is it really worth it for his teammate can't qualify? Is it really the constructors, or is it just what's happening at Red? Bull? McQueen down in 16th. Remember, while his teammates fighting for the lead and now starting to lose it, as we can see from this onboard, can this is McQueen's onboard in comparison. kept the leader right now. All the J Picks below continuing to blunder as Fittipaldo takes fourth. So, this race could look like to be a pretty boring one. But remember what has happened in earlier races. In Spain, we saw a crash that took 2 drivers out. So, just remember that. One of them being a driver that is now what I believe is second in drivers. Let us recheck. A driver, yes. In Spain, Sainz DNF'd, and then he came back with a win and then a sprint win. And then he also got driver of the day. But now that we have properly fine-tuned driver of the day, let's see what constructor would be the most beneficial. It'd be Jaguar, 34, and Renault with a single point. I know. Can Sainz really replicate the prowess that he has shown in earlier races? That's, I want to say Australia is a much more DRS dependent track, so I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be able to step on the podium, especially not the top step of it. Now, JPix Below is right now a really good contender for bottler of the day. Now that he's in the fight for 5th and not the lead, because remember he got pole in this race. Oof, we got a yellow flag. Oh. Yeah, I think it's just between the two. Yeah. Never mind. Nothing cool. Forget I said anything. But Matty Jr. does take the lead back from Nadjar. Absolutely destroying that. Look at those intervals, dude. Fittipaldo fighting for his team's first podium while they're standing in what? Oof. Well, okay. Never mind. Well, they're sitting in 6th, if I am correct. It's going to be really beneficial, especially with his teammate. Okay. Jake Plix below can really bring this. He can bring the car. He can bring this tractor that he has up to 5th. I don't want to really blame the car at this stage though. Just really bad luck with DRS, especially with that overtake. That went better. That could have been a double overtake. Oof. Is he gonna force Primey off? No, he forces it. Primey actually forces him off. Alright, as we can see, Daniel now just holding back a DRS train. The entire league. Besides Maddie, who's running away with the win at the moment, is in a DRS train. As we can see, everyone is at least 1 second from each other, besides 1st and 2nd. That does mean that it's really now it's a fight for 2nd. It's important, especially this early into the season. Well, people are gonna mix up. Oh, this is the inaugural race of the season. Why are people fighting for the championship already? Because that was because preseason had points. That's all I'm gonna say. Preseason endpoints. Alright. Alright. Here's an onboard of Philip in the DRS train at the moment. Jake picks Blow, fighting for that podium. He doesn't even know if he can properly hold it himself. He's a little bit too low to also be fighting for that podium at the same time. Oh, wait a minute. Oof. Oof, this could be really beneficial for him. Fighting for that 6th place. Oh my god, he shoves him off. He shoves Holbert Kane off track. That was not exactly legal, but that was something. This would, if this is how they finish, this is going to be Philip's best finish in the race. Virtual, oh, VSC is out. VSC is out. Do we have a reason why?
And yep, it's the Haas that's affected there.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. It's a reserve driver. It isn't Bombarev. Alright, everyone's gonna have to get pretty close to one another again. Remember where everyone is before the restart. Bombarev doing exceptionally well as a development driver. Or as a DDP. I haven't thought of a proper name for the FIA driver development program, so DDP is actually kind of not bad. You know, he's doing better than some really than some notable drivers like McQueen with a race win and a podium, and Rugsell with a podium, with 2 podiums. Don't know why they're struggling so much in this race. Could be the fact that they didn't qualify, but silly me. Silly me. Thinking that people would want to qualify. Oof. Is that just me? No. Daniel was very, very lucky and was able to catch second right before the VSC. But if I'm correct, it's going to finish at any moment now. Yeah, now that Force is out off the track. Yeah. That is not a good luck. I would hate to see other drivers also retire today. But, you know, good action is good action. I'm still seeing VSCs on Maddie's end. I don't know if they want to start pitting. This could be for a few laps. So I'm gonna have to double speed it. It's probably really care about the niche intricacies. Oh, I'll have it on my finger. Alright. Normal speed. It doesn't seem like anyone pit. So that is something. Our group is on normal levels now. I don't know how long it's been at that, but it's been there for at least since now. There's no way that it takes this long. It's been like more than okay. Safety car ending. The VSC ending. VSC ending. Alright, resume. We're back onto the green lights. And Philip already trying to fight his... Look at that. Daniel knowing what he should and shouldn't be doing if he wants to get that second place today. Well, according... We're only on lap 10, so in less than 10 laps time, we're going to start seeing people fight. Holbert Kane not doing all that well. Oh my god. Look at Sense in Holbert Kane right there. Great side-to-side action. Great side-to-side action. Very clean the entire way through. Oof. Nadjar takes second. Let's get a prop. Let's get an onboard of that. Ooh, Holber Kenny falls in, continuing to fall positions. Is it the car? Or is it him? Doesn't seem to be in very tip-top shape today. So that is it's going to be very important what he does, especially since, his rookie teammate in the other Jaguar is really showing off what he can do in that car, which is surprising to say the least. But what's this? That's an overtake. Oof, Montoya fighting for that P13. It's going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. Oof, that could have been that's kind of dirty. Oh, what's this? Philip takes fastest lap. People could be pitting within the next 5 to 10 laps. All I'm going to say. Oof. The two Rusty's drivers fighting in between one another. Not a very nice look. Very nice. Very interesting. In the preseason, we didn't really have these fights so far now. Especially since we only had 12 drivers, 11, 12, 13, 14 drivers. That is something. Oof. Phil gets overtaken by Primey. But either way, if he can finish where he is, that's going to be very beneficial for him. Although he's been, at least in preseason, very close, and now he's put himself up as above the midfield when it comes to qualifying. He's really good. But Nadjar does take the lead of the pack again. Holber Kenny continuing to fall as Edward gets back into the top 10. As we can see with this, I swear there was a driver with side-to-side action. Huh. Oof. What's this? Nadjar becoming another driver to just run away with the DRS? Because I think that is what's happening. It's what's happening. It's not a very clean thing to be doing, but it's something. We've just reached the 35-minute point within the stream, and the almost 19-minute point of the YouTube recording. Oof, what's this? Okay, Antonelli fell down a lot of positions, but Termosphone doing exceptionally well, especially with how he qualified. He could get, very realistically, driver of the day if he isn't being shoved off track by the other arrow. Now remember, he's no longer fighting for that win. He's fighting for third. Oh my! Look at Ruxel just. All right. I'm not seeing much happen really. I lost complete focus. I keep on humming every time I do one of these streams. I keep on humming just one song. That is the entirety of what I do for an hour and a half. That isn't normal. Whatever. It's not that big. It's not the end of the world if I hum and then sound like Dr. House while I'm commentating. Alright? Because it's not lupus. It never is lupus. But what's this? Daniel's gonna be attacking. Oof. He's gonna have to defend his 5th position. He's gonna have to defend 5th place there. Oof. Falls down to 6th. Sans really trying to get that momentum from that sprint win and that preseason win in Bahrain. He's been the driver with the most wins. That doesn't mean he's leading the championship. Oh no, because remember he crashed. He crashed in Spain. I think he had like one. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That fast lap point's gonna be essential if he wants to be doing anything. Alright, almost 40 minutes into the stream. Okay, what's this? Matty Jr. coming into the pits. No issues. Fitamaldo is also entering. Oof. Okay. Relative ease. I don't think Montoya had all that though in the pits. Never mind, he actually had the fastest pit stop time. It was Miata that had the slowest time by far. That does mean that those 3 are coming out last at the moment, and Nadjar takes the lead of the race. Now he's going to use everything that he has in order to overcut, which is going to be very essential for him especially with those cards that he has at the moment. I know what it says here. These are lying numbers. These numbers are lying to you. Don't care about position. Oh, Prime actually takes the leads for I think what is the first time in the race. We have a lot of potential winners here. We have Prime, we have Nadjar, we have oof. All right, Phil enters pits. A good pit stop is what's going to be essential if he wants to continue having a good race today. That was good. All right. Tsunoda does not. Tsunoda being part of the only team without scoring points as a single driver constructor. That's not what you want to be doing. That's not how you get paid at the end of the season. You have to score points, obviously, in order to look good for your team. When Nadjar pits, I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm just going to pause it. Since I have to. I don't care if I continue drinking water. It's essential for me. Oof, Sans back up in 3rd. Even 8/10. Now, okay. All right, McQueen getting into that midfield pack fight. Well, the front is tight. The midfield is even tighter. Oof, fighting. All right, let's fry me in. Well, I don't think that was a really good pit stop by Holbert, can I? We're gonna have to see though. Kunoda. Okay. That was a little bit on the slow run. Let's see here. Well, okay. Kunoda coming back out of pits dead last by 8 seconds. Nadjar also continuing to lead the race. Well, he hasn't led the most laps today. In my opinion, he's the guy that's gonna win. You know, he's the rookie. He's the one that no one expected from the midfield team that is Jaguar. Remember, his teammate is in 17th. I get it. He just pit. Hobart Kene, the Jaguar team before this wasn't all that much good with qualifying. They were midfield. They were the midfield team. All right. The DDP driver should definitely make a better acronym for that. Seems like he's going to be the only one that's pitting in this lap. Okay. Oh no. That's a really bad stop. 7 seconds for Bonarev. Nadjar continues to lead, but Sants being obscenely behind. This is the overlook that we have at the moment from Sants. We can only hope what's gonna happen. I think this is gonna be a really big reset, really powerful one at that. Okay, these top four, they're all 1/10 of one another. They are bumper to bumper, wing to wing. It's something. I haven't really talked about it. Oof. Danielin. He could be leading out of the guys that have already pit. If he gets this right. Wasn't the fastest pit ever, but that's definitely a pit stop. Let's see if he can get out in a competitive placement. 14th. Can he beat his teammate too? He can. Nadjar staying out on the hards. Seems like it's working obscenely well for him, especially with how large the gap is. Rubber is low, but grip seems to be at a normal level. All right, thank you for like the 1 or 2 people that are like consistently watching or listening to the YouTube or the streams. It matters to me a lot. I genuinely thought this would go nowhere. I think he has damage. Events. Oh my god. What's this? All the top 5, besides Nadjar's, entering pits right now. They're gonna really depend on this pit. Alright. Term is found. Part of a very powerful team. Actually, really surprised. I'm pretty sure Nadjar's the only one that hasn't pit yet at the moment. Top 3 haven't pit yet. But it seems like everyone that has pit hasn't really stopped for fast tires per se. Besides Lismana. Lismana's gonna need that if they want to get the fastest lap point, which is gonna be essential as a midfielder. Extremely essential as a midfielder. So, if you guys are from YouTube and like want to add anything like a gimmick or be in the league, really just comment. I can get in contact with you guys. That'd be really cool. Not only having Instagram guys, but also YouTube guys. All right, Nadjar's in pits. Once he leaves pits, I can finally go to the back. This better be a fast stop for him, especially if he wants to get back into the lead. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Really right back. Actually, it's not for my sale. All right, guys. Very sorry that I had to stop, but that was almost 50 minutes of me screaming and almost half an hour into the video. And on paper, it sounds like, oh, you can like sit, but I drink a lot of water. Oof. Antonelli takes fast stop, and now seems to be. Let me see how the track is looking. That's the slowest. Sheer move. Okay. Really, anything that happened to them, I'd completely cough up to bad pits. That's what happened at the end of the day. Never what you want to see happening though. Sucks. Really does. Sorry that I was like sending a message, but Webba. Ironically, I've heard today that Webba isn't a real person. Not what you want to be hearing when he's scoring points and getting driver of the days. Especially since I don't keep records outside of the top 10. Luckily, he only has points in a sprint. Alright, Rugsel finally pitting. Ooh, doesn't look like to be a fast stop, but he's on the softs. So that does mean that he's going to be able to push immediately. But yeah, because of how slow that stop was, down to 17th. Also, drivers have been able to really, really push on those new tires, so that could be a long-term undercut. But a failed overcut for right now. That's what matters. Webba, ironically, could become a reserve seat in the future. Could be an open one in the after this. No, it's not what you want. We have about an hour worth of streaming left. We're at the halfway point. This race could get on a lot faster. Okay. Honk Motorsports Mercedes, which are the guys in the Aston Martins. Those are the guys that I think have the strongest constructor right now. You guys like see the gap though? Right. What does that being all that? I don't know what happened with Fidamaldo. Yeah, hate to see damage. Yeah, hate it. Alright. Oh my god. Fidamaldo. Alright. Have they pit? No. Actually, Webb has not pit. I don't expect him to be back in the lead of the race. Unless he can like really, really pull off a one stop, which I doubt. One stop in like this economy would be a death sentence. Pretty much. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think something has to go obscenely wrong in order for another crash to happen. Over Kenny just hitting loss after loss. This could be a major, really important reset for him. Also, I'm gonna say as of now, if you didn't qualify, you could not be part of driver or bottler of the day. As of now. I get it. This is like the third race of the season, but this is the first real race of the season. I feel like something is happening and I'm just missing it. Yeah, look, you see how... Wait. Oh, never mind. Montoya has pit. And he is a real person. So... Oof. That fight for 7th was good. Never mind. Here in my Sans takes back the slap. Didn't even... He was out of the qualifiers. He was dead last. 7th. He's ahead. He's ahead of the guy that got pole. Are you ahead of the guy that got pole? Statistically, you are. Half of you guys are. The other half aren't. Okay. A few minutes ago I posted how everyone's doing in the chat. Seems like that didn't grab people's attention. Oof. Oh God, Sans. The car that this... No, not the car, but the performance that this man can do. Every race that he's finished, he has done it on the podium. He's done it at the top step of the podium. Either he wins or he's out. Statistically, I think that's where this streak is gonna end, unless he crashes like right now into Philip, which is not what Philip needs today at all. I think he has to crash into like Miata. So that is... Okay, that really sounds like an ambulance. Okay. I spaced out. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah. So as we can see that now the conch motorsports derbies are starting to fall off, especially Webber. Not pitting? He is not pit yet. That's surprising to say the least. Kind of like on my phone partially. Uh, so now he's out. Sources of this. I'm back. I'm gonna try shoving my phone into like something. Uh, Undoubtedly. Nothing? Really? Alright, Aitonelli could be fighting for that podium again. Do you know what's something that really grinds my gears about doing something like this? Every few days, someone just gets banned from Insta, or at least like suspended, because they post too much, or the account looks too suspicious because it was just made, so therefore, and it's just this endless cycle. So unless like you're willing to make an Instagram account, do borderline nothing with it for a few months or years, then Instagram isn't for you, apparently. They would rather have sitting ducks that do nothing than accounts that like do stuff on the platform, even if it's inherently good or like neutral. And then again, the other leagues are just borderline racist. No, not borderline, but are racist. Some people's dailies are just based off like the N word or something because that's edgy, I guess. It's not twin. It's not tough. Someone that like tried to consume that stuff when I was younger. It's not tough, twin. TS ain't tough. Oh my god, Webber really holding back. The DRS train. Not even on my phone. This is the part that really gets me. That could be contact. For Edward. So yeah. Sorry, there. Still one person. McQueen fighting for that 10th. They're not qualifying, even though his team is like he's the constructors leader, and he just straight up he's just not doing well. And also, by the way, if you guys like are like, oh, all the good teams are like in the front. Termis Phone is 15th. Holbrook County 14th. McQueen 11th. There's no bias. The cars are equal. Believe me. What isn't equal is luck, because someone, I'm pretty sure, the Daniel, which is the guy that's right now in 8th and started pole, um, he predicted that Maddie would win the race. How Maddie just straight up can't, he can't finish. He hasn't after what happened. He couldn't finish in the points in Bahrain and got a single point in China, and that was because of the what was it called? That was oh yeah, the fastest lap. Philip entering pits. Oh my god, this man is falling. It's gonna need a good pit stop though. That was good. All right, we could start to see new pits. Whoa, what was that? Grimaldo holding back 9th with like 3 other cars on his tail. All right, Philip, first driver to pit. The first drivers to pit normally are I think the guys that get the shortest stick. That at least happened last time. He's gonna get the shortest end of the stick if there's a safety car, which I'm not gonna spawn, because if I did spawn one, remember I'd have to save and then load the file, because this is being live streamed. I can't really pull that off without it looking inconspicuous. Okay. Well, uh, just to tell you, he's fighting for 17th. Okay. See, look, Weba, I think he's gonna now go for that one stop. Just go for that. Wait, I don't think he's even. Yeah, I think there's gonna have to be an issue, right? No, actually, that was actually not that bad. Oh no, the hell happened? Okay, having minor issues with second screen. All right. Um, compared to other, all right, hello new viewers that could be trickling in. Um, we've just reached the 1 hour mark in the 1 hour 5 mark in the race. No, in the stream in about the 50-minute mark just now. Hello, if there's any questions, please ask them away. Ask away. Like the good questions. Why the hell am I? Okay. See, let's focus on the guy that's probably gonna win the race. Let's see a flying lap with him. So unless I get a request that tells me to focus on a different driver, or I choose a different guy. Oh no. Okay, that was a pit. Oof. Philip takes the fastest lap. That's really nice. Really good. The first time that I saw this, I think it was like an onboarding Canada from Colapinto, like this button arrangement and the fact that it's like curved compared to like literally if you go into all the other ones, like yeah, they're curved, but it's not at that degree of a curve. Um, it reminds me for some reason of like a bookshelf about like how like it goes up, but there's not a lot of like depth to it. All the depth is the screen and knobs. What's this? Could someone finally be getting like? I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna like. There, that probably woke you guys up, right? Okay, Bumper Rev. Remember, this guy's not really part of a constructor. He's just kind of there. Not a free agent either. He's in this weird in between phase where he needs to see. So he gets into the FIA the driver development program, or the DDP. He gets in, and he shows what he's made of. Remember, any team that is lacking a driver can get him at the request of at the as long as he allows it to to happen per se. It's gonna be really important, especially for when teams want to get reserve drivers but still have them qualify and be competitive and not fall behind and stay in touch with the league. Yeah, Montoya really showing wear on his tires compared to everyone else. In order to really get where he is, he had to push his tires pretty much to the limit. The only guys that like have that level of tire degradation are the McLarens, but that's only because of how they're using softs. What I believe is a fight for second. Whoa, what's that? That is Fitamaldo takes it. Very interesting. Um, we're actually gonna be interviewing Fitamaldo if he hears this right after the race. Um, it'll be it'll be out of the recording, but it'll still be in the stream. We'd love to hear what he thinks about his race performance today. I get it. He's not running very hot right now. No. He's running 17th, but with the fastest lap. I don't know. I think right now, either him or Bombarev would be bottler of the day. Bottle. I love bottles. I love glass bottles. Because I like Fallout. Fallout is a good video game series and a good TV show. That isn't me trying to be sarcastic. That is me being genuine. It is peak fiction, and it's looked at as cringe and weird because video game series. It's video game series, and then it has like swear words. Oh my god, Lismana catching strays with his pit stops. Strays, I said. All right, but Funoda is the closest that he's been in the points for a while. Hello, new viewer, singular. If you guys have anything to say, can't let the stream work. All right. Finimaldo, if you hear this, I don't know if like you're part of this. So yeah, we are at 2. We peaked at 4, so that definitely means that that the early morning streams are a lot more important to people compared to the late night streams, at least relatively. So for me, people would rather have 11 a.m. EST compared to 6 p.m. EST. I know the schedule is funky and weird like that, but yeah, I'm gonna try getting some people in a review, other people. So that's 11. It's chasing down that P9. Remember how good McQueen has it when it comes to defending. No, okay, I'm not seeing any messages. I don't think that's an inherently good sign. Okay, a lot of people are okay. Daniel, I think is, if he can't win today, he has to win tomorrow. And if he can't win tomorrow, it's gonna be quite a while until his next win. Maybe. All right, Edward does take that. At the end of the season, this could really just evolve into a Sans versus Matty Jr. race. Sans already has more wins than Matty. Matty has none, if I am correct. It's McQueen that has all the wins. Okay. All right. That's one of the that's Matty Jr. there. That does mean that Sans leads the race. So everyone, I want to say a round of applause for Sans. Okay, rubber's up to normal. 118. What's the fastest lap? 122. Uh, and 6-7. Because that's funny. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. Oh no, actually the slowest driver in the league right now is only 20 seconds behind, and it's Montola. The wrong. It could be 21 seconds. 21. That is a joke that I don't think anyone in this league has ever laughed to. I'm not saying that it's unfunny. I'm just saying it's old. It was like 6'9", and then 420, and then 21, and then E, and then four, and then 6-7, and then 41, and then 6-1, and then numbers, numbers. Those are definitely numbers. They don't mean anything, of course. Why would we laugh at something with any derived meaning? That would be childish. That would be insane. Um, I can't. I'm not gonna pull a philosopher on my ass for this. Okay. All right. I see that McQueen is watching at the moment. That's really nice. Just you wait. I'm from the future. I see that. I see that you just sent the message. It gets a lot better for you, man. Little wire, little limit through it all. Lose it all. Right down through the wire. Didn't do the one. I am dying of hunger here. I've not eaten anything since lunch, and then for me lunch was like 1:30. It is almost 7. That one thing that I said, oh, I'll eat, that was like a cough drop, I'm pretty sure. Unbelievably hungry, but I'm gonna make sure that doesn't get in the way. Punoda fighting for that point. Singular, which is 3 seconds away. And he's holding back the entire midfield. That's so nice. 15 laps to go. Philip in second. All right, that's cool. All right, so it's been 15 laps to go for a while now. Dude, I swear to God, if Santos does better than his teammate that qualified at pole, in this is literally just it's pain and suffering. You never get points from pole, dude. Not a single person that has started on pole has won the race. I think the best is like P2, and that was because their teammate was first. Back in Chicago, I'm feeling. McQueen's showing a masterclass job about how it is to be a good driver. Oh, oh my God! Look at Weber. I'd much rather that Weber does not finish in the points. Especially since I found out that that there's 2 people as one, and I found out today I could just act like he's just like an inactive driver. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just leave the seat at the team like open per se. Um and remove him for the next race. Oof. Fight for the Ferrari drivers here. Oh my god. Sats really for the big go big or go home fight? Um that is something. Something. McQueen, if you are still watching the stream, I'm gonna check how much viewers I have at the moment. We're at 2. Um, if if you're open to it and you're still hearing this, I would love for you to also be interviewed, especially with your good performance today. You didn't qualify. I would love for you to qualify next week. I've been cracking down. I just didn't do it as hard as before. I fully expected people to just you know, do it themselves. All right. Finamaldo is typing. Ing, ing. Does anyone still need to pit? That is a good question. That's a good question, Finamaldo. Uh, Primey 100% has to pit. I think if not, he's gonna get a puncture at any moment. Uh, you can like kind of see the percentages here. Look, you see how worn out that is? Tires, yeah, 28. You don't want it at 28. You want it like, okay, yeah, Punoda. I think literally anyone in the top 10, and then Punoda. Those are the drivers that need to pit. 100%. Nah, it's okay. I don't. I don't read. I don't read grammatical errors. Errors. Best viewers. Oof. Who is conscientious businessy? Best viewers. All right. Yeah, you guys are really nice viewers. You know, you don't expect much of me because I am not that good. As we can see, Primey. Okay, we need drivers to pit. Um, I think yeah. So since Thermosophone, McQueen, uh, Nadjar, Santos, and Primey need to pit. Those are the guys that still need to pit. Um, I see. You know, Fidamaldo kind of sad, especially since he's I think he's the only guy that's watching. He's 13th. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. You know, be the best, nicest viewer that you can be, and then bad stuff goes your way like this. Especially when your teammate is leading the race against the guy that is second in drivers. And also, this is the win that Fittipaldi Racing needs. It wasn't whatever the sprint was. Also, I wouldn't look, Fittimaldo. Your car is damaged at the ATM at the moment. Sneeze slang, you wouldn't get it. But believe me, this audio is a lot higher on my end than it is on your end, and could also just sound like I'm spiking. Ten laps to go, ladies. My body might just pass out from like the nothingness that's happening right now. I called it. Norris had just had a puncture. Priming. No brakes. At least he was like near the end, I think. Sorry that I'm pausing again, but I just want to like get a good look at the tire. Yeah. Obviously, since the rear uh, degrades faster than the front, it's almost always okay. Yeah, good call. I don't think anyone else has to pit. I think that's just going to be the end of the race for where they are right now is going to be pretty much where they finish. Maybe go up a position, but that's up or down a position, but that's it. No real changes. Someone came into my chat, said best viewers, and then put a link that just doesn't work. So that's something. Okay. I might say it's not your car. It's your luck, man. Look, your teammates on pole. No, not pole. In the lead. He's in the lead by half a second. Oof. Someone took fastest lap. It's Punoda. Oof. If he keeps this, this is gonna be his This is gonna be his first point with the team. Also, like pretty much everyone that didn't qualify, he's out of the points. Okay, that is not actually a good metric, but okay. Whoa! That's Termosophone. Termosophone with a puncture. You see that? The sparks flying out. The sparks. Sats with a puncture. Oof, that's the end of the race for him. He's not on the podium tonight. Yellow flags are out. Yellow flags are out. Sector 3.
Let's have a look at that.
Because also Miata spun at turn 3. Cool.
That's it.
That is a type of thing that you do when you're like
Anything about that?
a child playing the F1 game. Okay. Alright, that's Sans in pits. Oh, Nadjar also gets a puncture. What seems to okay. A lot of people are puncturing pretty much near the end of the lap. Okay. So Fidemaldo, you said that like you couldn't get into the points? I think so. I think it's only like your front wing or like a side pod. It's nothing major though. It's the lightest level of damage, and that's 9th actually at the moment. That's 9th. Those were 3 punctures in 1 lap. So, um, yeah. They should have pit. This is what happens when you don't pit. Let's see. Uh, okay. Light. Okay, so McQueen could have a puncture. If there's anyone else that is gonna have a puncture, it's McQueen. All right, Matty Jr. just takes fastest lap from Punoda, which sucks to be Punoda. Uh, oh my. Okay, Edward just took it back. I'm so tired. I don't think I can even like update standings today. I think I'm gonna have to do it before the race tomorrow. Optimum grip. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Is that just? Listen, I'm in a competition now, needing for attention. All right. Okay, we're racking up viewers. Hello everyone. If you guys have anything to say, say in either chat. Ooh, that's McQueen with a puncture. McQueen has a puncture. Leading the midfield, not the thing that you want to be doing, especially with walls this tight. I think he also hit someone. He's holding back Sans. Finally lets them pass. He brung those hearts to what they could really do. And I think that's gonna be a last place finish for him. The league. But Philip leading. His teammate in eighth, even with damage. Oh, but he does let Hilbert Kennedy pass pretty much. Ooh, back on it. He comes back 17th. Oh my god, people keep on leaving. Good, good. Been wasted shores. Oh, sound should let you know. In the night. Okay, so it does seem that the track is warm. Okay, I think yeah, I think he's lapping Miata. It's not a league driver. The slowest league driver at the moment is Termosophone. If y'all have anything to say, message me. That'd be great. Like anyone that's watching this on YouTube, you can also message me on YouTube. I'd love to see comments. I haven't seen comments. Send your live reactions in. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see if anyone else is close to a puncture. Nowhere even close. I think worst is 44. Yeah, that checks out. Okay. Um, if you guys are in the top 10 right now, you guys probably didn't expect to be in there. chances are, especially since a lot of the front runners push their car to like the max, getting died. 3 laps to go. Who's that? Okay, Tommaso takes that. Ruxel denying points for the junior driver. The junior of the junior drivers, let me remind you. He's the most junior driver. Pretty much F2. And it checks out. Oh, he's falling. He went from P10 to P12. Okay. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nostra. Okay, so Fittipaldo holding it up pretty decently in ninth. Yeah. Okay, that's McQueen. McQueen, very nice. Good job, McQueen. My ear. Alright. We're about to enter the final lap. Not a lot really happening, I guess, besides the. Okay. Matty Jr. takes back the lead. Stunningly, one of the most accomplished drivers in the league this season. He's been on pole twice, but he hasn't won on pole, from pole. It's genuinely disappointing, but today he has shown that even though you can have a puncture, you can still win the race. You can still be the best even with a setback. That's beautiful. But with Philip challenges him for the thing. He's getting less than a car's distance away. He could break the front wing, actually. No. Okay. It's pretty much confirmed right now that Matty Jr. is the race winner at Australia. That's a okay. That's a photo finish with Philip right behind. Finishing off the podium. All right. All right, let's get everyone that really matters into. Okay. Everyone's done. Yeah.
Well, in the end, that was a pretty terrible day for Valtteri Bottas.
Having to retire early will no doubt be.
That's Matty Jr. with the race win.
Today is done.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Goodbye, YouTube.